Sorry about your pony, Uncle Stu.
We don't have a pony. And how come Aunt Dee Dee said you got saddled up with a loser?
Rude.
I was like, oh my. Hey, Shorty, welcome back to part 15 of Child of Light.
I'm not short.
You are in my group.
Your group is just all very big.
A lot of largeness there.
Lots of largeness.
Like la 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 la.
But yeah, it's funny. I gave your best friend a hug at his wedding, and I was just like, I'm hugging your belly button. That's weird.
Alright, so we're still fighting spiders.
Spiders.
Because they all fight in threes. Yeah, no matter which path you take, these armored spiders are all the same. It's a pack of three.
It's just like...
Was it the same in normal mode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that, when they hit me, I took as much damage.
No, you probably didn't.
But yeah, they... Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you threw a stinger.
Rude.
Alright, what can I do? Well, let's do Unstoppable on Nora, because we already got an Unstoppable on Robert. Alright, another critical hit. Yeah, for some reason I can't get all three criticals. I can only get one of them.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because I think that would make the battle a little more fair.
Do you think that, I don't necessarily remember, but whenever you gain skills for Robert, does it have, a power-up of rain arrows?
I think it does. The more you go by, it, increases your chance of performing a critical. Because that's very common in RPGs. Hey, equip this accessory and you get, a plus 15% critical.
Yeah.
And it's a very common stat. Damn it, let me heal? Thank you.
No!
Heal, damn you!
I think about that every time I get hurt. I was just hurt. Please don't. Hey.
She says as she looks at her burn on her finger.
Look at the burn on my finger. But exciting news for anyone that's watched the videos for the past few days. Thank you. I can sit in a chair again.
Yeah, that's why we sound a lot better.
Yeah,
so thank you for bearing with us on the week of on the floor.
Yeah, my floor week. But yeah, for anyone again who's been following, I can sit in a chair. Still healing. Still have to take it easy, but.
And to our new subscribers, the reason why she had to lie on the chair was she threw her hip out.
Yeah, I dislocated my hip and I slipped a couple discs in my back, so heating pad for a while, but I can sit upright.
Yep.
Woo!
There was a point where you had to resort to a sock.
Yeah.
Just to get one of our subscribers was very proud of that. It's just there you go. Still an entertainer.
That's right.
Using a sock.
Well, it's because, whenever I was laying down, it didn't hurt, so I could still, do the videos and everything. It's just you couldn't see me because I'm, either laying on the floor or, laying on the bed, so I just used a sock.
Yeah.
Socky.
And that was the creation of our first puppet, Socky.
Socky.
Will Socky return? Who knows?
I miss Socky. Socky is in the laundry.
It's been a week. Socky shall return. That's what we should put in the thumbnail. Popcorn movies, The Return of Socky.
Oh, Adventures of Socky.
Uh-huh.
Socky does the dishes.
Now I'm reminded of that episode of Rugrats. Mr. Soap and Mr. Water.
When they're afraid of the tub. Oh my gosh, I don't know if anyone
Gotta clean you kids up.
has ever rewatched Rugrats as an adult. That show is weird.
That show is hilarious.
Oh, it is.
Especially
it's hilarious,
the movie.
But it's so weird. It's relatable. Especially now that a lot of our friends are having kids.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Now we're watching it through the eyes of the parents. When Stu was making pudding for Angelica at 3 in the morning. Dee Dee comes down, why are you making pudding at 3 a.m.? And he goes, because I've lost control of my life.
I think what was very jarring for me, well, not so much jarring as an eye-opener, was when I watched the Rugrats movie. And I finally understood why Drew and Stu, the two brothers, hated each other.
It was money.
It was money.
Yeah, it was money.
Now, sweetheart, Daddy has to put in a little overtime today so Mommy isn't ashamed of his quarterly earnings.
If you'll excuse me, Drew, my tax returns are crying.
You can't deduct them if you don't make any income!
Sorry about your pony, Uncle Stu.
We don't have a pony. And how come Aunt Dee Dee said you got saddled up with a loser?
Rude.
I was like, oh my god, this movie is
Ruthless.
10 times better than I remember.
Like, the show itself is so much funnier as an adult than a kid.
Because as a kid, you just remember, like, Dale Poopy and smacking them with hammers.
Right. Whereas,
hammers, rattles.
Right. Hammer! I don't know. It just, they are so weird, though, some of the stuff that they do and, like, say is absurd. Ooh. Ooh.
Tim Curry was also in that movie. He was Rex Pester, the news reporter.
That's right.
With big action news.
I often forget how many voiceovers and cartoons Tim Curry actually did.
Oh my god. Like, he was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy in every single Nickelodeon cartoon.
And I recently watched an interview of the Wild Thornberrys. And he said, well, Nigel's the kind of character that doesn't know that he hasn't grown up.
I loved Nigel.
And the girl who voices Eliza, she's Gretchen in Mean Girls.
No kidding.
Yeah. Huh. So I was like, where have I seen this girl before?
Her hair's big. It's full of secrets. Gretchen Wieners. Excuse me. None for Gretchen Wieners. That's funny. I didn't know that.
I was just like, oh, okay. Because, like, I heard the voice and I was just like, why is the voice familiar? And then, like, during the interview, I saw the actress and I was like, why does she look, where have I seen her before?
In Mean Girls.
So I scroll down the good old YouTube comment section and it's just like, isn't that the girl from Mean Girls? And I'm just like,
yes.
Oh!
You got a cute spider and Dwayne Johnson.
The Burning Rock. That's Dwayne Johnson after a good workout with Kevin Hart.
Aww. Look at a little spider.
Kevin Hart has a new Netflix special we got to get to watching.
We do have to get to watch it.
I love Kevin Hart. Even though I won't watch all of his movies because he just has a bunch and it seems like he's just typecasted.
He plays the movies as himself.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite skits though from Kevin Hart. Get my baby out the gnats. Oh, I say it all the time because like gnats gather in those little groupings.
My favorite of his is the ostrich. His body was facing this way,
but his head
was looking this way.
Yep. I love just listening to him talk about animals in general.
Yeah.
So, the dolphin.
Like, so much so that, like, he was on with, like, Rob Irwin, Steve's son.
Yes.
Freaking out!
I remember that one, yeah.
Rob's like, come on, Kev, come on. He's like,
Hey, I love it. I forgot about the ostrich skit. I think it was in that same special, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he talked about gnats, ostriches, dolphins.
Yeah, the dolphin.
I had a racist dolphin.
And then
Dude, just stand up!
We didn't go underwater at all. Really, it just splashed a little bit in my face. I also really like it when he's talking about being in the bar, almost getting in a bar fight, and he's like, you can't look hard whenever you're sitting and your legs are swinging off the bar stool. So funny.
But I still don't remember the first movie he was in, not Jumanji. The one where, like, he's undercover with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like, there's that movie. And now they're, like, in interviews all the time, and they just have, like, a romance.
They're best friends.
It's like, hilarious. It's adorable,
It's magical. There's a picture, I want to say it's with The Rock, Jason Momoa, and Kevin Hart. And it's, like, Jason Momoa and The Rock's son, and Kevin is just, like, standing there in his little suit. It's so funny. That's what I look like next to your friends.
Jason Momoa, I mean, he started out in Baywatch, and then it was, like, Khal Drogo. And for quite a few months before he, like, got Aquaman, after Khal Drogo, he was homeless and he was just, like, hitchhiking.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He's another actor that like I respect on a very deep level.
I heard he purposely got in a bar fight just to look more gritty. And like someone like shattered like a glass, so he has like a scar.
The scar.
Yeah, the scar.
And I respect him a lot as a person. So that was one thing. He was like, after Game of Thrones, he was like, no more like nudity, no more like sexual scenes, just because he had started growing a family, and he was like, I don't want to be seen in that light from my children.
Right.
So, and I was like, mad props, man. Like, respect.
Yeah. Jennifer Love Hewitt was kind of like that, to where like it made her grandparents uncomfortable, and it made her uncomfortable, and she was just like, oh, just leave sexuality to the imagination. Yeah. So she still likes to tease in her movies, but she don't do nude scenes.
Yeah. Well, the I think Amelia Clark.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
okay.
She said the same thing, because like almost all of her first scenes in Game of Thrones, she was like half naked.
Yeah.
Or fully naked, and after that she was like, no more. Like, if you want to do that, I'm not gonna be Daenerys.
She was on Graham Norton with Matt LeBlanc, and like she loves Matt LeBlanc, but even though Matt LeBlanc was being friendly, he's like, well, I've only seen like the first season. It's been a while since I caught up with. She's like, that's okay. You've seen the good bits, and then she thought about what she said and started laughing uncontrollably.
She was another actress. Like, she went through brain surgery while they were filming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she almost died.
Aw.
She actually begged them to kill her. Yeah.
Wow.
It was really sad. I was listening to an interview with her back when I watched Game of Thrones.
Wow.
When it was good. And she was just in so much pain, and like the depression of it. She wanted to die. And apparently Jason helped her through a lot of that too. Like, of her mentality and just being able to love herself. So it was really
I hear he's a real cool guy. Like, he did the bar fight just because he was tired of being known as the pretty boy, because he's starting Baywatch.
Yeah.
So he wanted to gruff up, but like he takes pictures with like people's girlfriends and like fending off the boyfriend and stuff to get them jealous.
Yeah.
And he did this one picture where he's holding a glass of beer and like holding the other actress, and she's like, I'm worried about the beer. He's like, don't worry about the beer. And he's just chugging it. Don't worry about the beer.
Yeah, he's like, I don't think that any of the actors or actresses that were on Game of Thrones were like terrible people. I know that
even the guy who played Joffrey,
he's a really cool guy, and I feel bad that he actually quit acting after Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
because people like hated him that much.
Yeah.
That he was just like, I'm done.
Same with the lady who plays Cersei.
Yeah.
Like, she's not done with acting, but she was just like, people would approach and be like, are you that fucking bitch from Game of Thrones? And she's like, wow, that's bold, but all right. Yep, that's me.
For work, I had to watch a couple of interviews with her. I was doing some script work on her, like, career. And she is a savage. Like, in real life, she is very quick-witted to, like, come back. You know, I was watching interviews with her with, like, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan, you know, all of her interviews with them, and she's sassy. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's smart as a whip. She was...
I like her a lot, like, as a person. She's very cool.
The first movie I saw her in, I didn't know it was her. I had to rewatch. She's Leonidas' wife in 300.
Oh.
She's like the badass, just like, no, while my husband goes away, we will not kneel. Yeah. Like, she's the one fighting against, like, the slimy traitor that's trying to...
No, she's really cool as well.
The only role I don't think she was the best for, she did a Final Fantasy recently. And that character is like 20-some years old. And she still sounds like Cersei. I'm just like, it doesn't really work. Yeah. Because she only did the voice in like the tie-in movie to the Final Fantasy, not the game. The actress for the character in the game is significantly younger. But the movie takes place like a year or two before. So it's just jarring. It's just like, we have, and I can't remember the actress's name for the life of me. It starts with an L. Anywho, so she did the voice for the movie, and Sean Bean's in it as well.
Okay. I think I know who that is.
He's Ned Stark in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay.
Boromir in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, no, Sean Bean. But he's the king in the Final Fantasy movie. which takes place before the Final Fantasy game. They're both tied in. Square Enix just wanted to make more money, so it's like we got a book and a cartoon and a movie all to understand this game that's incomplete. Jokes aside, yeah, she did the voice actress for like one of the main ladies, but clearly this is the prince's fiance. And the prince is like some like 25-year-old, so it's just like, it doesn't really work. For me. All right, so where were we? Ah, yes. Opening the vault. To get the greatest treasure.
My father was right. It is the greatest treasure in all the land. This, I was a little sad.
Oh, yeah? How come?
Because he's still trying to, like, go get Margaret.
Yeah.
She don't love you, bro.
Well, we'll see. I mean, some people, they never learn. They have to have their hearts crushed.
I know, but he's, like, going on this quest for her.
But every once in a while, persistence does pay off. It's just, I don't recommend it in this climate.
Yeah, like...
No means no.
Communicate.
When they say...
Communication is key.
To quote The Princess and the Frog, when a woman says maybe later, she means maybe never.
Honey, when a woman says maybe later, what she's really saying is not ever. I love that movie.
I like it too. The plot gets confusing as shit because I'm just like, what is Facilier trying to do? But other than that...
He's just trying to please his friends on the other side. He's a voodoo man.
It's very complex though, because he needs the blood of the mayor of the town, of the specific frog. And the guy has to disguise himself as that character for a specific moment. And I'm just like, did we really have to go this hard? This is a children's cartoon.
Oh, I didn't think it was that complex.
No? I just felt like so much was happening at once.
See, I didn't. I rather liked it. I thought that it was engaging enough.
Okay.
But I also didn't ask questions about it. I wasn't like, oh, well, why is Facilier picking these people? He's just like, oh, you're a wealthy man. Like, I could use a wealthy man on my side. Mm-hmm. So he essentially gets rid of the prince, but he needs the blood for the amulet to make the servant look like the prince so that he gets the money.
He gets the money.
So, but he borrowed that power from the other world. And
once he gets in power, the friends get their souls.
Yes.
Because
that's the whole thing is like, they get all the souls. He was like, you can have all of New Orleans.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, I didn't think it was that good. But I love, like, old New Orleans, the jazz. And like, the whole atmosphere of just, like, I know in reality it was nothing like that. Like, it was not a fun place to be.
All right. We're actually going to resume this battle in another part because we're out of time. So we'll see you guys next time
on another spider battle.
with more spiders. That's all this place is, let me tell you. Adios.
Toodles.